I am a man, and I am bisexual. So what that means essentially is I like men and I also like women. So I like them both. And something about bisexuality that is commonly portrayed is that if you're a woman and you're bisexual, you're straight, but you're just kind of pretending to be bisexual. And that if you're a man that's bisexual, you're gay and just not fully committed. So I have a video I want to show you. This guy, Saros TV, Men Can't Be Bisexual, is a good video. So here's something that he said.
I don't think a lot of people think men can be bisexual. I don't think a lot of men think men can be bisexual. I don't think a lot of women think that as well. It is strange to me how it is very much possible for a woman to be lesbian, bisexual. They can like both. They're women. They can like both, obviously. But as soon as a guy says, yeah, I like men, gay, I see. A little bit of a glory hole lover. Oh, I see you like taking it up the old poop shoot, eh?
Yeah, so you see what I'm talking about. That's how that classically goes, you know? I mean, I'm not very like outwards about it mostly because of that reason. Just for some reason people just don't like bisexual men. I think that there's a kind of general thought out there that bisexual men cheat more than straight men. So that's a little weird because it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like running a train on yourself. Like that's not what that means. It just means that you like could go either way, you know? It doesn't necessarily matter. And to me, that's the only way that it makes sense. To me, I feel like that's how everyone should be like born, right? Because that's just, I don't know, that's just how it makes sense in my head. Why would you be born seeking attraction like to one thing? Like, I don't know, it's just not how I am, you know? I'm just bisexual. But part of the reason that there's so much biphobia specifically too out there is because, you know, obviously there's homophobia, and you know, I'm sure everyone has to deal with that. I deal with that every day. Well, I wouldn't say I deal with that because, you know, it is easier for me because I'm a very presentably straight guy. I'm not necessarily out there saying like, you know, I'm bisexual. I'm not like yelling that to everyone. You should never, like, I think that anyone, regardless of where you are, if you're like very just in other people's face about your sexuality or really anything, that's a little weird. Oh my god, dude, there's a mosquito. It's fucking trying to attack me.
Oh my god, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
All right, well, I have no idea where that fucker went. But anyways, it's a little weird because the next segment of my video, I was gonna take off my shirt, but I'm a little freaked out now because this mosquito is gonna, like, I'm gonna be opening some real estate for that critter. So I'm not like extraordinarily ripped, but I'm probably more ripped than your average dude. And so, you know, all of those factors combined, it kind of makes sense why people assume I'm straight, especially when that's just kind of the way it's been for so long. So check out this other video I have. This is called Why We Hate Bi Men by Verily Bitchy. This is a good part.
Straight women are going to discover some very unpleasant news about some men they have known. The article isn't really about preparing people for how to survive in the context of an HIV epidemic. The article wants to sensationalize this fear. It wants you, the straight reader, on edge. It wants you to question your husband, your ex-boyfriend, the man you had a one-night stand with 3 years ago.
Bisexuality has been like targeted specifically to be an attack on those men because you can get HIV no matter what. That doesn't come from like being gay. HIV, AIDS, whatever, that comes from like messing up, you know, like not protecting yourself, I'll say, to keep it PG-13. But that fear has been written in so many articles similar to the one I just showed you, where it kind of makes women question every bisexual man they've been with and think that they've got HIV from a man and then they're going to be transmitting it to the women. And that's not how it works at all. I wasn't going to include this, but this is what stuck out to me the most. So, you know, you can read that yourself. But to me, this is pretty wild. So, you know, people that are bisexual, specifically bisexual men, I mean, you know what you are, right? Like, it might take some time for everyone, but I know what I am. And even though I'm maybe a little afraid to talk about it sometimes, that doesn't mean that it's any less true. Like, that's for sure my life. So you don't have to be fully truthful with everyone, you know? Like if you're at work or something and there's a coworker like being weird, you don't have to necessarily talk to them and be like super truthful or just be super pushy about it, or you know, whatever. You can just like be chill. Like you can just be chill no matter what, because at the end of the day, sexual orientation really shouldn't matter as much as it does. I have a strong belief that almost anything that people do that affects themselves is valid, because if it only affects you and no one else, why would you ever care about that? So that kind of funnels into this, you know, it's really just a personal choice. There's no reason that there should be any sort of homophobia or anything. The only reason that exists at all in today's society is because we've had that lasting for just so long. And just because you believe in traditional views as well doesn't mean that you have to be like homophobic. Like you can want a traditional relationship with like a man and a woman doing the traditional roles, you know, a woman cooks, cleans, whatever, the man gets the money, which could work for me, but I don't know. But even if that's what you personally like fully believe in, like that's fully what you're gonna do, there's no reason you ever need to be homophobic to other people. You can just let them do their thing. Like, are you jealous? Like, what's up? So I just want to make a little video, you know, informing the public as much as I possibly can. So I make other videos. If you enjoyed that video, please subscribe and have a good day. Bye bye.